The chain teamed up with the Royal British Legion to make the ad. The chocolate bar that features there will be sold in its stores, with all profits going to the charity. So is Sainsbury's using the Great War to boost sales, or is the ad a fitting tribute to mark the war's centenary? The Huffington Post's Louise Ridley is with me now, and historian Tom Holland. What do you think, Tom?
Well, it doesn't surprise me that a supermarket would piggyback on the deaths of millions of people in the First World War and on the mood of commemoration that we've witnessed here in Britain and across the world over the past few weeks. But it does surprise me that they thought that they could get away with it. That's my prime emotion is one of disappointment that they should have gone ahead with it.
Tom, they're not piggybacking on the deaths of millions of people in the First World War. They're piggybacking on a genuine good story that happened, we know, during the First World War.
What they're doing, essentially, is they are trying to commercialise the spirit of respectful commemoration that we've witnessed and essentially use it to flog their Christmas goods.
Louise, what do you think?
I would very much disagree. I think it's very important, of course, to consider when there's an advert or when there's any content that you see online, where it's come from. If it's from an advertiser, people want to know that. They're naturally sceptical of the idea behind it. In this case, there's a very particular relationship, actually, between Sainsbury's and the Royal British Legion, which is the charity it's supporting. They possibly haven't made this clear enough in the ad, but they've actually supported the Royal British Legion for 20 years.
So do you think they haven't done it quite well enough? It is beautifully well shot advert. I think everyone's agreed on that. It looks incredible.
Personally, I think they've done it very well, and it's very moving. The sort of details about Sainsbury's are that they're actually the only supermarket that sells poppies in store, and so what they're doing, from my point of view, is not piggybacking at all. They've actually chosen to dedicate their Christmas ad, which is a hugely significant retail moment for any supermarket. They've dedicated it to this moment that people, clearly from the positive response we've seen, really care about.
Tom, you were going to say?
Well, I think that if you look at the other ads that other chain stores have been doing, we've had penguins, we've had fairies. Essentially what Sainsbury's are doing is saying that we are the supermarket that cares about the war dead, and they are subliminally attempting to identify their brand with the commemorations that we've been witnessing.
Well, we spoke to Ali Fogg, who is another person who's a bit of a naysayer in The Guardian. He said the filmmakers here have done something to the First World War which is perhaps the most dangerous and disrespectful act of all. They have made it beautiful. But as Sainsbury's themselves say, it's been done before. It's an especially poignant story in their statement. They say from First World War that's been recreated on a number of occasions. We've seen it in the TV adaptation of Birdsong, Blackadder Goes Forth, made it funny. And just very briefly, let's have a look at this from Paul McCartney. He used it in his video for Pipes of Peace, well, to flog records, wasn't he, Tom? So it's not as if it's brand new, this kind of thing, and that featured the exact same story from the war.
Yes, but Pipes of Peace, the Paul McCartney song, was a song about the iniquity of war.
Well, the advert is about peace. But
no, Paul McCartney was making a message. Paul McCartney, as a figure, has always stood for war being an evil. That is part of what he is about. That is his message. Sainsbury's is basically about selling food.
Louise, very briefly, please.
I would equally argue that because they've chosen this moment, this Christmas football match, which in many ways does deserve to be beautiful because it's a symbol of hope, then it is an appropriate thing to do. And also the relationship Sainsbury's has with the Royal British Legion makes it very valid.
Thank you both very much indeed. That's all we've got time for. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.